Hey peeps! So, big announcement. Next month I'm going to release an album. Yeah, big news. But, before you get too excited, let me qualify that statement. So what I mean is, next month I'm going to release a song. And then the month after that, which, let's see, so next month is August. Month after that is September, I'll release a second song. And then in October, I'll release a third song, and so on and so forth until we get to July, and that will be the final song. So 12 tracks total, and then I will have a album's worth of material, and it's all going to be connected and kind of planned out. And then I will have a... Ooh, cracked my knuckle. Knuckle. Then I will have a album's worth of material. And so I'm calling the album Annual because I think it's very fitting for the concept that I'm going for. So, first song that I am releasing is called Battle Racket. I've already released a snippet of the song in a earlier video. I think I released it like a week ago or something like that. And as this project progresses, I'll release more samples of upcoming songs and also videos and stuff like that. And if you're into that kind of thing, I highly recommend going to my Patreon page. I posted a link below. I'm going to be releasing production notes, pictures, my creative process, that kind of stuff. So go check it out. I got lots of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Along with the album, there's a concept that I want to try. In the past, you had terms like EP, extended play, LP, long play, which all had to do with the length of the album and whether it was single or double-sided. Itch my nose there. And there's a new concept that I'm calling WP, web play. So what do I mean by web play? I can't say that word either. It's terrible. Web play. Web play. So, what do I mean by web play? First of all, the WP will live online for free forever. It will have a dedicated website where you can stream and download tracks. You can look at liner notes, lyrics, album art, photos, pretty much your standard stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. So along with all the normal stuff, you're also going to get music videos, of which by the time this project is done next year, there will be a music video for every song. So you can actually watch the album if you want. There will be behind the scenes and production footage and sound bites, extra pictures, track commentaries, extra things like that, behind the scenes and making each song and video. So think of a DVD or Blu-ray with special features, but way cooler. On top of that, the WP will continue to grow and change with time. I plan on it being kind of a living thing. It'll expand and contract as the album continues to grow. I'm planning on putting Easter eggs over the site. There will probably be remixes of the songs, live footage from concerts where I'm playing the album, maybe comics, short films. The sky is the limit as far as content goes. It's not all going to happen overnight, but I do think there's something to it. And I'm pretty excited. It's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. So a couple of notes. First of all, I'm recording the album myself. Part of this is because I want to learn the process. It's not so much because of my ego, even though I do have one, and that I have to do it all myself, although that's always a drive. My budget is very limited, and I would love to learn more about how this whole thing works. So this is going to be a big learning experience for me. So I'm sure as the tracks progress, as the album progresses, the quality will increase. So you have to bear with me a little bit on this. The other thing to note is that if you want a physical copy of this, you can absolutely get one. I'm going to probably release it through CD Baby. That's just not going to be the way that it's intended to be experienced in full. in totale. So the question is, why am I doing this? What's the point of doing it this way, where I'm putting in all this work and blood and sweat, essentially, no pun intended, and I'm giving it away basically for free? What's the point of doing it this way? Well, it really comes from the fact that I'm old school when the way that I listen to my music. I really like albums, and I like listening to albums front to back, back to front, the way that the artists intended them. I love digging in and looking at the album art and reading the lyrics, looking at the liner notes, and getting a depth of experience that you don't get from one song. And I feel that that's how albums were intended to be listened to. It's kind of like chapters of a book. You don't just pull out one chapter, read it, and say, oh, I know the whole book. You need the whole book. And now there are plenty of exceptions to this. A lot of track orders come down to the mastering decisions and things like that. But that aside, I really prefer to listen to things that way, to experience albums in depth. Nowadays, it's all about the individual song. And that's totally fine as far as it goes, but it's really not to my taste. So I thought, how can I make the album relevant again? Now, when I say make the album relevant again, I don't mean to society in a wider context. I mean to myself and my creative process. So then I thought, well, what if you took this depth of experience that you can get from an album, and you took that and you put it online, where it can live ad infinitum. You can give it all these cool features that the internet provides, and you let it be this kind of vibrant, living thing. You made it less static somehow. So do all of this and make it completely free. Because that, first and foremost, that's the point. I want people to listen and enjoy the art. And I don't want them to feel guilty or obligated or anything like that. Now, if my music moves them, if they're enjoying the album, they can always go over to Patreon and support me that way. That's totally fine, but there will never be any obligation to, ever. And I want to emphasize that this is more important to me than just making money. I feel very strongly about this. And it's no knock on musicians and artists who do want to charge for their art as a product. For me, it's just not my way of doing things. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I guess the only thing left to say is may the groove be with you always. Hey. 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 Hey guys. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. It really helps me out a lot. Also, for information on my upcoming projects and access to early releases of my music and videos, please head over to my Patreon page. I've linked to it in the description below. Thanks, guys. Cheers!